No hope. Defend this house we go.
I wonder if I can tell you one of my deepest sexual fantasies.
Let me just burp through my nose.
There's a plane, there's a plane. Oh,
What you got?
Well, you're going to think
plane! There's a plane! There's a plane! Hey! Hey! A plane!
Yeah? And you're gonna love this. I ordered a start making beer. Tons of unsafe crap just to save a few bucks.
exactly what I wanted to do. Thank you, Parker. And there you have it, Channel 5 News audience. This has been Trisha Takanawa with my undercover expose of Pod Bucket Patriot ruling.
Oh shit, contact. I just dropped on him.
Where is he?
His eyebrows.
Right under the
Yes.
And we're clear.
Oh shit. He went in the building across! Fuck.
I don't understand.
I'm running to your
I thought we
building.
were in love.
I only let you think that. I'm sorry, it's time for me to go.
Stay low.
I'm in your building already.
Let's clear this motherfucker.
Wanna clear it?
You've been working?
Fuck yeah.
Hang on, I gotta get to
Let's go. We move in. He's right here.
We gotta start again.
Let's just keep going up. Ready? Left side. Clear. Go. Clear. He's above us. Clear. Clear.
In the room, like actually above us?
Fuck yeah, yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Keep going.
Don't even bother clearing them though.
You have a stun grenade?
I do.
Fuck him.
All the way up top?
Yeah. Keep moving.
Alright.
No. Wait. Let's clear this shit.
Let's just breach the top. Yep.
Ready?
You look left, I'll look right.
That's how we'll get our revenge.
Hold on.
You and I will go to the local emmys and we'll embarrass
You hear that?
her on her big night of
He's
Halloween
up.
I think he might be beneath us.
Great idea. People need to know that she's an even bigger fraud
Oh,
than
shit.
Robert Baden Powell, the founder and appointee.
Stay low. Stay low. Throw a grenade. He thinks
up top.
he's up top?
What if I said we
I'm pretty sure.
On the roof?
and I give him
What is that?
doing what I say.
Alright, ready? I'm breaching the roof. Left.
Yep.
Left clear.
Like we do.
Right clear.
He's below us.
He's beneath us. Yep, in the room to the left.
Throw it.
Throwing a stun.
Throw it.
No, he had no idea what I was talking about. He tried to Google it on his phone.
Let's fucking go, 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 go.
I took him to the ER and he said he
Clear.
passed me and I picked him up in an hour. So it did work. But congratulations, you're getting your
Clear.
license back.
What the fuck?
No, it's great.
Is he across?
Clear. On the stairs! On the stairs! On the stairs! Holy shit!
Oh,
Holy shit! Oh my
heal up, we gotta
god.
move. Heal up, we gotta go.
Dude.
Dude, we gotta run.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, I'm gonna go scout ahead.
There's pressure.
Alright, hurry up, Jimmy.
Wait, what's our plan?
I'm coming.
It'll make her instantly triple. Tripling is when you vomit, defecate, and orgasm all at the same time. Wait, why would that medicine even exist? Doesn't it? Now all we need is a distraction so we can spike her cut. You
Jimmy,
leave
the
that
circle
to
is
me.
upon us.
I know something that might distract all these news people. One of us just chuckles for no apparent reason. Everyone else will start chuckling. What's the job?
I literally jumped off the roof, like, I don't know, 15, 20 yards away from those guys.
All right, they're all news chuckling. Go, go, go.
How do we not see him?
They were coming from behind us, like from the trees.
Okay, all trick's gotta do now is take
Ah.
all three holes right here in front of everyone.
See me jump that?
Make us feel better
Amazing.
about our life.
Alright.
Hello, Mother. I'm so happy you could be
We tore that guy up too. He had military shit.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get into a building.
I'm being honored tonight.
Red building. On the right. Clear.
Engage breacher clear.
Where you it? You have to it.
Oh, this is Mom's. Coming down hard.
I got scarred, no ammo up here.
Alright,
It's no wonder Mama Trish was so tough on me.
Click.
All the things she knows.
And we're grandchildren. Who take care of me when I got that 21-year-old? Who take care of Irene? No one. No one take care of Irene.
Gonna have to move.
Alright, let's just keep moving, yeah.
I'm starting to feel bad
Yeah.
for Tricia. Maybe what she
Alright,
did to us was
so-
wrong, but she's looking at her own life.
Let's do this.
I don't think I can do this. Well, this stuff's already in her drink. Oh, my Tricia! No!
I move left. Ready?
Mhm.
Go into the field. Fuck.
Where'd you get these? Oh, I see, big guy. You're a weird guy, but I don't know. And I just been thinking, the way you and me felt so fast for this lady and for no reason, maybe the problem ain't Tricia, you know? Maybe it's us. What do you mean? Well, with my real mom gone, I guess maybe I just needed someone in my life to fill that role. Who loves me enough to call me fat and lazy and stupid. You're right. Maybe I was just this thing was a weapon. Did you touch my eye?
Hey, whatever happened to Grandma?
Yeah, that's what everybody was thinking about, man. Trust me, she'll come back if we need it. Hey, Stuart, seriously, thanks for everything you did to help me get my license back. Now you owe me. That means one day I'm gonna come to you and ask for a favor. I need to know something. I need to know. I'm gonna say yes when that day comes.
That shit.
Okay. Here we go for ice cream!
Sprint. Josh.
What?
It's right behind you. Sprint.
I got plenty of healing shit.
Hello. I got you.
Man.
It's a job. Don't look away. Let the fear wash over you.
I don't understand.
That's the whole point. Now, did you leave a plate of black coffee out for me?
No?
In the future, please leave a plate of black coffee out for me. Also in the past. Guys, what are you doing watching TV? It's snowing. Really?
Wow, it's so beautiful.
Isn't it?
Alright.
I'm taking fire.
Where was that? South? East?
Thought it was west.
No, it's true. Just like fingers.
Sounds like west.
Alright, you guys ready?
West?
Yeah. I see it.
First snow of the season.
Building, west side. 285 maybe. See that building up there? On the hill?
On the hill.
Yeah, he's second floor.
Oh, all the way over there.
Yeah.
That's good.
You guys scope on him? He's gonna have to move up. Watch your back. Stay on cover.
Yeah, I'm watching the back.
Sorry, funsickers. This hill is close to flooding.
We stay quiet.
When they can split their finger or crush their skull on the bucket, I'm afraid sledding has been banned. Can't do that. Last time I checked, this is still the United States of
We have to move up too, dude.
We don't have to move that far. Stay,
He
stay
still
low.
got beat on me.
I know, stay low. Oh wait. So we'll just sprint up and lay down. He won't be able to hit us while we're sprinting. We gotta watch our left though now. Someone over there. We're gonna go at 10, okay?
Alright.
Maybe
Is
50.
he in the zone?
We're gonna go at 12. No, he's not. He's gonna have to move up too.
He's got to move too?
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, ready?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go towards the town. Oh shit. Go. See those two buildings?
Uh-huh.
Actually, let's fucking get down. Just get down. Get to the tree. Actually, wait, let's just stay low. There's 2 trees up there though, if we can.
I got
Set.
contact to the tree southeast, 150.
The big tree?
Yep.
On the left?
Don't. Yeah, on the left. Don't engage. I'm checking our back.
I see you.
Yeah, I do
You have
too.
silencer?
I might. Yeah, I do. If I get a good look on him, I'll take it.
There's 2 of them.
It's alright, I'm suppressed.
Yeah, no, it's just like I broke through the door to some stupid office Christmas party with this girl that day. Hey, just went to an office Christmas party.
Are they down?
What?
No, I didn't get him.
No, that was this other girl I was thinking about. Her name was.
Alright, I'm moving up with you.
Stay low, yeah.
Yep.
Where the fuck is that? They're hitting me, they're hitting
I
me.
got down. He's down, he's down. I got one. I'm keeping eyes on that tree.
Alright.
Keep your eyes on the right. I'll call out if they peek. He's peeking.
Hit him. He's firing.
I'm on
He's
him,
shooting at me.
I'm on him, I'm on him.
Ah, I'm hit again.
I can't see him from here. I can't see him from here. Hold on. I can't. He's got the look from the tree.
We're gonna have to move in. You can run.
Yep.
I'm taking fire. I'm dead.
Fuck.
Josh. Just hide behind
Still not in.
hide behind my body. I'm in it. You got me. Josh.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
He's behind you, Josh. Behind you. Behind you.
Behind me? What do you mean behind me?
Revive me. Revive me.
Oh, revive you.
I know.
What?
Oh, shit. 4.
We got caught right out in the open.
Yeah. I didn't have a silent. I should have just taken a shot at the guy.
Alright, hold on. Let me get something to eat, dude.
Yeah, we can get some more. I'll be right back.
Oh, even fancy. Hey, I'm Scott Fitzgerald. You probably don't recognize me because I'm in corporate.
So much. This is
A little too much so, if you ask me. I tried that part. We're not landing planes.
our company manufactures aircraft landing gear systems.
Yep. Well, I am going to fly us over a few more drinks. Do it. What are you doing? I followed you. I see how desperate you really are. And don't worry, I won't stick around the set. Is that road on hand for everyone? Yeah. Yay. Then I'll see you in hell. Oh my god, they have a photo booth with funny props! And I like all the big funny glasses! Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell,
And a tricycle, and a pony, and an American bulldog, and a drone camera, and a gun that fires.
Oh, yeah, you're on. Alright, now go pick up your big kid. Before you go crying to your mom, that's my cell phone. Hey, Santa Claus, you going home soon? Oh, well, depending on how traffic is at the North Pole. So what can I have for you? No pickle turkeys? Oh, okay. Sorry I said it. Chicken burrito. There you go. Merry Christmas. Now, how much do I have? Come on, I'm not charging Santa. Claus sits on the house. He's just free because I'm dressed as Santa? That's right. Anything for Santa. Anything? Holy crap, this is awesome. I'm Santa Claus. In this suit, I'm like a god. I got a free burrito.
One of these two punks.
Up on now, stop. Click. Lift on the tempting and broke his heart and finished. Dad, why are you still wearing that fez? Well, the guy at the mall asked me to stay on till Christmas, and I said yes, because being Santa's awesome. You wear this suit, it's like a free pass. People let you do anything you want.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's the stuff of dreams, Lois. Free burritos, free orange chicken, free pretzels.
Did you make it out of that food pot?
I made it to the border. I got a free iPhone case and a tiny license plate.
It says Corey.
Yep. Yep. Who's this? Merry Christmas, everybody keeps up.
Oh, very clever. Now, I'm looking for things you can use to try me.
Well, right now, I'm in booth assessment. Hey, you were right about office Christmas parties. They're fantastic! Okay. I'm gonna keep looking around the room while you talk. Yes, it's like watching a soap opera with all the drunken misbehavior and killer-guys. And down the hall, they're doing the white elephant. Oh, that gift exchange thing? No, there's a fat secretary taking on all comers. Where, which office is that in? Oh, you won't miss it. She's still wearing the felt antlers. So it's featuring them. What the hell's going on? Oh, Santa, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was your car. That's right. I crumpled up that ticket. Now, eat it. All right, now we're going to go to your home and wait for you to pass it. Then you're going to eat it again. Hey, honey, this is Santa. He's going to come in and watch me in the bathroom.
Oh, just like these women.
Exactly. I got a lot of guys. That lady turned off a Hall & Oates song because it was too provocative.
Everyone, please remember, this is still a workplace. Sorry, Barb.
You know what? I got an idea. Let's stir up some drama, make this party interesting. Excuse me, can I have your attention, please? Hi, I'm Chadwick Redmond from the regional office. Unfortunately, since people are leaving this princess now to print out boarding passes for their grandparents, 40% of you will be laid off as of Monday. Oh, and whoever drinks the most shots keeps their job. See, that's how you get a party started. Mr. Redmayne, I don't know who you are, but I've been in charge of this office for 16 years. Sad, and I want to thank you. I've been trying to reduce our staff costs for months, but just didn't have the guts to do it. That's once before Christmas. Yeah, well, that's why they sent in Shannon Redwick or Chadman, or we could use someone like you around here. Welcome aboard. See you Monday. Oh, hey, grown-up Tom! I've been this excited about anything since the night Wicked premiered in Johor. All right, Ryan, let's rob these gay guys. What's their home? They're not going to be.
Bye, Santa.
Bye, strippers! You can all take your clothes off now. I was just scrubbing them from the spaghetti. Ah, bitch! Ah, it hurts. Ah, I'm drunk. Try speaking fast. Spaghetti angel! I'm making a spaghetti angel! When Italian guys die, they turn into... Peter Griffin. Peter, we need to talk. Who are you? I'm the real Santa Claus. Sure. Okay, my first wish is for 1,000 wishes. Yes. That's not me, that's a genie. Okay, and my first wish is for a genie. Again, you need a genie. How is it on? Nonsense, Dave. You live in a box. So what? And I'm not a genie.
Josh. Josh.
Well, if you're saying, what did I ask for Christmas when I was 12? Nothing. Because it was the year you found that penthouse in the woods. So what are you saying? You didn't know? I got it. Look, I'm not looking at you. You can't go around and repeating your dreams acting like a complete jerk. You're talking. People love you. They give you free stuff. No, they love me. You're just exploiting my brand for personal gain and destroying my reputation. Like, no, you're not here. Stop wearing that suit. Or else what? Or else I will put you at the top of my knowledge. You know, you're not talking to a little kid anymore, so get the hell out of my face. I like this suit, and I'll keep it. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're standing in my strip club spaghetti. I gotta get this home to my family. So, better watch out. Is your internet working by itself?
To the top. Wait a second. Hold on, guys.
God damn, what happened?
They just found out I was part of the downside of you and now.
Oh no! Dale, you were supposed to be gone an hour ago.
You were proper friends with the Obamas. You were at the famous last kind of White House party.
I was there. It was scary. It was sad. It was daunting. I remember, I just remember like hanging out and like, first of all, every black person was there. Like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah. It's like I died and went to black heaven. I remember at one point of the night, I was like with Michelle Obama, and she was like kind of sad. And she's like, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I was like, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You know, Housewives of Atlanta, you know, something. You'll get on something, and you will be fine. And she looks at me and she goes, I was talking about the country. I've never felt so stupid in my life.
And actually, interesting, we've got a picture of you. Here you are.
Yes.
In the White House.
I met the man.
Oh, look.
It was great.
Sharing laughs.
You know,
Do you remember what you were laughing about?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Was it about David Cameron?
He said to me, he said...
I don't know, no one is talking to him. He's just
President Obama at the time was telling me that I was his second favourite character in The Wire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Omar, number one.
Yeah, Omar was his favourite. So I laughed out loud, as you can see, like, come on, man!
Mr. President, let me get right to the most important question I'm going to ask you today. Tell me, how good is your press secretary?
Well, I think she's perhaps one of the most talented I've ever known. She's, and actually, first of all, your daughter is a great person. She is a great human being, and she stepped in, and it's not easy. You know, you have a lot of haters out there screaming questions. When I look at those people, they're just hating. They never thought this was going to happen, and it happened for a lot of good reasons. But she has done it with brilliance and with coolness, and we're very, very happy with the job she's doing. Sarah's a very exceptional person. You did a good job. Your wife did a better job.
My wife did a better job, and just know that we will forever vote for you for having just said those wonderful things about my daughter.
I understand that.
You've had a tough week. Puerto Rico, going to Las Vegas this week to deal with the most horrific kind of just horrible crime that's killed 59 people. When you were there yesterday, There was a moment in which a young man who had been shot in the leg, he went to his hospital room, you and the First Lady, and he stood despite the leg wound, and he said, "I always stand for my president."
That's right. Fine young man.
Tell me about that.
And he was
moment.
badly hit in the leg, badly hit. He and others, I have to say, because there's great respect for the office. And actually, many of the folks, there was 2 young women, one hit in the back, and the bullet went just over her heart. It was hit in the back, right here, just went over her heart, just by an inch. And so many of them support what I do. They support me from the evangelical Christian standpoint. They support me from so many different. Now, I was so honored, but this young man got up and his leg was in bad shape, but he refused to lay down on bed. And don't forget, it only happened 2 days before. And it was very nice to see. But we had that from everybody, the hospital workers. They have done such an incredible job. The sheriff and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. The job they've done out there has been really incredible. You know, they got to that room very quickly. Now, they didn't get in because they were playing all sorts of things. They didn't know, are there bombs in there, what? But they kept his attention. He stopped shooting. In other words, he was focused because you had cameras out there. This was a sick person, but probably smart. And he had cameras, but they got there so quickly, and they really did. You know, they have to be given credit. Also, though, the hospital, I saw people that were, you know, the hospital was full, and before the event, before this horrible event, and then all of a sudden these people came in by the hundreds, and the hospital, and all of the hospitals did a fantastic job, so I was very proud of them.
When you run for president, you obviously run to say, I want to change the tax policy, healthcare policy, relationships with foreign governments. You have 100 things that you campaign on.
Right.
Nobody runs for president saying, I will be able to offer consolation in the time of a crisis. And yet, in the early months of your presidency, you have been called on time and time again. Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Maria, all of these issues. How difficult is it to step into that role when it's really, you're representing 330 million Americans to show your support and consolation for the rest of the country to these people?
It's such a great question. Now, in one way, it's a wonderful thing because you're helping people. And if you feel you're a better manager and you can get people out and do it better, you know, we've had disasters that turned out to be bigger disasters than they should have been. When you look at Katrina or when you look at some of the other hurricanes, as an example. But we started with Texas and Louisiana. Don't forget, Louisiana got hit hard. And I went to Texas and I went to Louisiana and met the people, and I think it helped. And we got very high marks. We got A+. And then before we had a chance to even breathe, we had a big one hit Florida. A big one, a vicious one. And it also happened to get Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, but to a much lighter extent. And then the following week, Puerto Rico got hit. And we got really high marks on Florida, Louisiana, Texas. And I think I did at least as well on Puerto Rico. The problem is that Puerto Rico was in bad shape before the hurricanes ever got there. I mean, their grid was virtually, their electric company was a disaster. Their electric grid was down. They've got a lot of problems. And on top of that, they got hit with 2 hurricanes, not one. In fact, I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico the day of the second hurricane. I decided maybe I have to wait a little bit. But we're working with the people of Puerto Rico. It is a really tough. I mean, they had 200-mile-an-hour winds. It just ripped the place apart. But we're working with them, and I'll tell you, the job that the first responders and FEMA and the Navy and the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, the Coast Guard in Texas and all over, but with the job they did in Texas, I saw they saved 16,000 lives. 16,000 lives. I mean, they were going right up against that massive hurricane. And if you remember, it went in and out 3 times. And every time it went in, they'd be right next to it, saving people. And Coast Guard really was amazing, but all of them were incredible. So, in one sense, you hate to see it. In another sense, you feel you can do a good job. You're really helping.
You ready?
Yeah.
Was taking me with him.
You ready?
San Francisco.
I'm clicking play to, I'm clicking the ready button and it's not
I want to
working.
see the Golden Gate Bridge. I want to see Lombard Street. I want to see Ghirardelli Square. Guys, let's get lesbian haircuts.
Please retry after a moment. Oh shit. What the fuck?
What?
We're in a squad game.
Alright.
You wanna just back out?
Is this shirt? No, yeah, let's do it.
What?
I don't see you here, you. I mean, there you
We're
are.
just the two of us.
No, we're not. It's just the two.
Okay, guys, this is the original Levi jeans family, created by Levi Strauss in the year 1880. It's made so that gold miners can wear a comfortable yet durable fabric. This is boring. And you grab my attention.
Hey man.
What's her name, baby?
Where are you from, man?
I'm from China.
I'm from China.
China number one. China number one. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Where do you want to go? Shooting range. It's fucking dude. I fucking do. Oh shit. I have no pants on again.
Y'all get ready to watch Big Mama's house. Our in-flight entertainment today will be under the
It's a team here.
What's this one? Auto timer?
Oh, that allows the plane to fly itself.
Right. You don't have to fly it. Just take a short break something. Short break? It looks like you had time to put together the 10,000-piece Lego Hogwarts.
You don't have to touch it, Joe. You can just say your notes.
And what's this
Anything in
bit
here?
over here?
Well, that's my back in time. I go inside.
I got a pistol.
And then come out and react to the for fun.
Let's fucking run. On the right, on the right.
I got no gun, dude.
I got him.
So basically, your job is just goofing off. That's not true.
Holy fuck. Josh.
I'm coming. Where's he?
Ah, I'm down. Josh! Nice. Revive.
Let me just deal with this, just in case someone else comes.
Oh, this is food for different routes I'm not on.
Josh. I don't want to die. Oh my god. Oh my god, Josh. You hear that? Alright, go. He's right here. Stay quiet.
Yep.
Watch your left. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys in first class have guns. Just be happy with what you have. Don't envy people.
He's on the right.
Close the cockpit door.
Oh my god.
This
He's all the way over there. Well, one of them is.
I see him.
Should we close in on him?
Now let's fall back. You can get some range.
True.
Damn it, they jammed the transmission. You have to go to the backup communication system.
Oh shit, Josh. You guys are must be right there. Watch over the hill behind us.
Yep, they're going to the house. He's down. They're going up to his body. Watch out for that guy. Oh shit! He's shooting at me. Oh, alright, I'm going in the house.
This guy's coming up on us.
Where is he?
Watch it. Wait, I'll watch the right. You watch the left. He's on the right. He's on the right. I should have got on him.
Oh! I'm down. He's running up.
Holy fuck yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah. I should have got bought up. Alright, let's like land on the school.
I'll be here to update you as the story.
Yeah, I see.
Oh wait.
Oh, what's it gonna be? Are you going to open this door, or am I going to start killing people? I'm not opening it. Excuse me, I just like to ask the mom behind me who told me to stop watching Game of Thrones on my laptop if I'm still the worst person on this planet. You, that guy, get up here! Bastards, open the door, or this idiot. Don't open it, right mind. It's not worth it.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh. Well, fucking kill yourself.
Oh.
Jesus, kid, shut up, you fucking little rat.
Hey, I'm that kid.
Alright. We jump right on the school. We fuck them all up. We could do it.
Alright, you want to take that top part of the roof? Oh my god.
That's
gonna be a massacre, Jimmy. Take the top part of the roof.
With the double ledge?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm landed. This son of a bitch. I got the gun! Haha!
I missed the roof, Jimmy. Alright, I'm running up. Oh, I got a mini.
still on the roof.
I'm here with you.
They're below us, so I saw a couple guys below us. I got 4 shots.
I'm going down. Oh! Jimmy, come back the other hallway.
Attention passengers, I know we're being hijacked, but I would be remiss if I
Where is he?
This hallway's clear. Dude, just get me. They're all the way at the end of the hallway. They're fighting each other.
Oh my god, Josh.
I'm scared, Jimmy.
Is he coming?
No.
Alright, come back up.
I need to get past you. I can't fucking...
Ah, shit.
He's coming.
Josh, no! Get back, Josh. Get back.
He's got a shotgun.
Get back. Let him come up.
Take the roof, dude. Go to the roof.
Heal up if you can.
I got nothing to heal with. I'll watch the other door. Actually, I'm gonna peek the auditorium real quick.
Holy shit, I think we're taking fire. Oh my god, he's right below us.
Are they outside? One's outside. Oh, I can't fucking see him anymore.
I see him. Fuck, nah.
Alright, I got a shotgun and some band-aids.
Heal up. I'm gonna look for more. I'm gonna throw a grenade.
Great. Thanks for keeping us in the sky, boys. Now reach for it.
Oh shit, he's in the auditorium.
I was in reserve in case the plan went awry. And now
I've got eyes on.
Take fire.
Rushing this plane to the ultimate symbol of American materialism. Las Vegas. No, I've lost it. But I never thought I'd lose my life. You just think of that? Yes, listen up. You're seriously funny, man.
Are they outside? Yeah, he's outside.
Behind us?
He's down, yeah, he's down there.
No, thank you.
He just went in the door, I think.
Very good. We are less than 20 minutes from Las Vegas. Get ready to say
I hear footsteps.
goodbye.
He's coming. Fuck.
Get back.
He's following me, Jimmy.
Shush. I'm not ammo.
Can we talk about this? Yo, dude. Can we... Whoa. Can we at least have...
You're gonna fucking die.
At least give you a bullet hug. Hold my body, please. It will give you good luck.
Drop your weapons, yo.
I can give you this 8 times and 2 energy drinks.
Drop it. Drop it right now.
Man with a plan B, son.
Takes care of that.
Yeah, the guy's coming.
Alright, this one's clear.
Poor guy. Thank you for his life.
This is where it gets interesting, boy.
Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, turn your mic on, turn the chat on. This is where it gets interesting, boys. I'm gonna fucking kill ya. Where are they? Let's go down there, yeah?
Fuck, you guys, you landed on the roof and you still haven't left it. Like, fuck you. Looks are so
Oh,
shit.
fuck you.
Yo, you.
How many kills you got, bro? Because right now I'm sitting on 6 by myself.
Yeah, I'm sure. Bro.
Where are you, yo? Fuck you.
Oh, nice one, you fucking bitch.
Decent bitch.
Nice 6 kills. Yeah,
You sat on the roof
Yeah,
the whole
bro.
game. Shut up.
Yeah, nice 6 kills, bro.
I played
Nice
South Africa.
6 kills, bro.
You've at least got a decent ping.
Oh,
I don't have a decent ping.
Oi, mate.
Go the fuck
300
off.
ping. You fucking
Oi.
Same fucking American brain.
Oi. There's an AK in here.
I got it.
What?
We just. That's funny.
Did you see Temp assaulting Nick? Assaulting? Yeah. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah. Because they like pulled him up and they were like, alright dude, it's time to go, and he like just swung on Nick for no reason. Oh, because he called him an alcoholic. Oh. I think I remember that. Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then it recessed in my mind, but Nick was like, Kemp was literally salting me.
I need
and Kemp doesn't remember anything. And Dunleavy was like, yeah, I was talking to Kemp at 2 a.m. in the garage. And Kemp remembered nothing about wailing on Nick or trying to stick his tongue down this. A pretty drastic change of events.
I need 7.62 and 9mm.
There was a. Did you see the AK in the room over there?
I don't think it had ammo.
I think it did.
No. I don't think it did.
That was actually dope.
What?
When we took the school.
Oh, yeah, yeah, turn your mic off.
What?
Turn your.
Oh shit. That was weird. Like, why does it go push to talk?
I don't know.
I mean, it turns push to talk off once you like once I disable the word chat.
It's the default. Maybe it's the default. Maybe. He was pissed. That guy.
6 kills.
That guy was mad.
Good. Fucking bitch.
Dude, just screw. That was so fun. You're gonna have a bad day. You didn't hear me talking.
Nah, I didn't. Was you talking shit?
Yeah,
oh, we gotta move.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's go.
I think you will. I do believe me. Well, let's head home. I know I've been put all this behind us. Sounds good. Oh, yeah, in case we didn't say, this is good.
I have an 8-type scope of an AK.
I got contact the apartments. I'm following him. He's running off. Oh shit! Fuck! Jimmy, where are you going?
Where are you?
I'm down in the middle of the fucking road.
Why would you go after?
Why? Because
where is he?
We agreed that we were going to the next spot.
Where is he?
He's by the apartments.
Fuck. You're dying fast. Get over it! I blame that idiot. You're running by yourself.
Dude, like, we agreed that we were going, and then you ran.
I didn't know where we were! I was getting out of the building!
That was 30 seconds ago.
Damn it. You ready?
Yeah. This might be my last one. I gotta go get ready and shit.
I was wondering if you'd like to go to the homecoming dance with me.
Oh, hi, robot from Big Hero 6. No, but thank you.
This game is payback to focus, moron.
Hey, this. Hey, motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker. Josh, look, behind you. Behind you. Let's go farm. Ready?
Farm.
Jump. Let's like get the barn. The hangar. Fucking hangar. Someone over the person here.
There's another team. It looks like they're going right for it.
Hey.
Do you want to take the house? Because they're probably going to get down first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running for the barn.
Oh my god!
Oh wow, you got hurt.
Oh my god, this guy's right here. This guy's right here, Josh. I'm chasing him.
Alright.
Hey, motherfucker! I'm gonna kill you!
All I got is a shotgun.
Alright. I'm across the town right now. With this guy.
You're running all the way across?
Yeah.
Are you still with that guy?
He's somewhere. I'm gonna go try and kill him.
You know where he is?
Not exactly. There he is. Ha. Oh. Now this is where it's gonna hurt.
Fuck you, Marcus.
No, fuck you. What the f-
Oh shit! Well, there it is.
I got him.
I literally walked into the same doorway as this dude. I didn't even hear him.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go shower while you play this.
Alright, I'm gonna go not play this either when after this.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, peace. You gonna watch me?
Bitch, seriously? Taylor, this is my sister and her dog Brian.
You're not all saying that's I'm the cat.
I'm sorry, that's a little bit wrong. Soda from home, snacks from home, and great. It's in 20 minutes. Oh, I can't make it. I gotta call you over this. Come on, hurry up, get in. I feel like the offspring.
Yes.
No, this is so cool. I always say that when I say it, and it's sure, but you're gonna have to stand back and fight.
Cool. You dance like an unattended fire.
Wow, it's like your dance has a whole story.
Right? We're the only one who's ever gotten to show up. Call 911.
You know, I'm having a great time. You're so cool, down to earth.
I like you too. I'm very scared. So nice and warm. You're totally comfortable.
That was a really fun race. I hope you don't mind anything.
Of course not. And I hope you do. So you do every lot.
No, I thought that was nice. I really love mom. I just think my stupid answers. Sure.
Hey, I never quit. I
Oh, those were the best memories I've ever had.
Because I know you're just fluttering out of dress shirt. You fixed it on eggs, then ate all my dinner and dessert. Mr. Cooking is a chicken every day. Oh, lover, 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 oh, lover, lover, oh.
Oh, and something else.
Why would you do this?
I'm a mom, so I love this.
saying her songs about it. It just wish I could talk to her. I'm hungry. She has a house in her time and you get to me. Oh my God, you today! I stand here this wide ass him. You just show up. Why not? He's not crazy if things go wrong. Remember when we sent that tweet? Alright, ready? Freeze! We're the internet police. You guys are going away for a long time. Hey, did you control? Send me for dinner once you bring it. There's some bad news here. Hey, what's up? I'm just wanting to know how it's standing. Up there, would you like the AC on or the windows down? Oh! Pretty great, right? It is! It really is! Man, you did this person! No problem. Hey, you ever go to Taco Bell and get stuck in the top? Oh! What? We got a psycho too for you, Taylor. Hit it, boy! God said, bang, 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 padlocks. I like being a girl.
Okay, 1-5. What if we change lots to wheels and bagels to waffles?
Oh, that's right. Like when you change pickle and good, shake it off. All right, we got our homework. Hi, Taylor.
Chris, what are you guys doing?
Oh, we need to talk to you. Your house is way nicer than that, but it's too early to get to it. Oh, why'd you write that song about? I thought you had a real connection.
We do. I really like you, Chris. I'm sorry. I always do this. I ruin relationships with the next round of John and Frank just so I can get songs about comfort and both mom.
Don't just leave that time out. We're never going to find a real relationship.
Listen, I'm sorry I couldn't do this. Let me look at it. One of you guys offered to my show tonight as my guests.
Are you serious? What's it? Taylor Swift? Even to her ups in that remake of Princess Bride with Bill Cosby. Now, one of these has the main power to be seen in one of the makes it go sleepy loud. Hey, pal, where are we heading again? Just go down this garden. What's going on? This is what we do with Uber drivers. Stop, please, stop! The sound of your leather jackets is excruciating! You can't just buy a phone and become a cab driver! Please, I have two families! Stay back! Where did you get this? Oh, it's no more than electric trip. It's on the side of the road. And I had to hold up picture. I'm right on the hip of the front. Boy, that's the corn. You know what it meant? Of course, it's all just the corn. Keep the lights on. And you burn my car while I'm selling my big record. Gave him up on that stage. Somebody set him up for a funny trick. Hey, Pop, how did you sleep last night? I'm sorry, get out. Don't worry, Lois, I'll get rid of it. These are it's like my penis.
No!
I don't remember how long I said it. We're all gonna die! Okay, so now the bat has a gun and a knife. I didn't think it would matter. It was not on his stomach. In order to understand that, we must first understand the vampire. So I watched Interview with the Vampire. Cast your gaze upon them, Lestat.
Say you're not a vampire.
Oh? Then why am I clad in velvet pants tucked into soft leather boots? And why does my shirt billow so in the wind of that rotating fan?
Peter, what's really going on?
I'm just trying to reinvent my look. The guy at work said I dress like crap.
Well, you show him tomorrow. How'd it go?
I was sent home early and labeled a distraction. They're having a meeting about me tomorrow.
What's wrong? Are we taking a terrible 7 a.m. flight?
Oh, I realized to catch a bat, I need to live like a bat. So I gotta go back to it. It's a nocturnal mission, Lois.
Okay, but what are you gonna do?
Well, as everyone knows, bats watch a ton of Cinemax softcore porn, so that seems like the place to start. Aha!
Welcome back to CNBC's Moneyline.
Oh, come on, man. Nobody's buying that. You expect me to believe you own stocks?
Bat Industries was up $2 a share today.
Huh. Get back in! Damn it! Ah!
Oh, damn, dude. You made it to 14?
What?
You made it to 14?
Yeah. I just died, actually.
Probably because you fucking suck.
I want to do a fish water change. You mind if I put you on speaker? Or like,
why? So I can hear it?
So I can hear you.
Beautiful glory.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hear it.
Earth, women aren't allowed to ask questions yet. So, what's your name?
Madam, you forget yourself. That's when I first laid eyes on him. Jay Gatsby. He was clearly playing with himself through his pocket, but I could. You know what? I'd like to read them myself. Chapter 1. Eat my ass, pigs. Ah, the bones in my nose!
Wow. I remember when this used to be all orange groves.
It's currently all orange. Boom! Rich guy.
You're rich now? Oh my god, I love that!
I know, right? Come on, I'll show you my place. Oh, you're leaving? But I made all these deviled eggs. You made? You know what I meant.
Yeah, you made them. Great job.
You know, one of the best parts of having an enormous mansion is being able to come out here and get some fresh air. You know, sometimes I just want to jump off this balcony and into that pool down there.
So do it.
Yeah, I know, right? Do it.
Yeah, do it.
I know, I totally should, right? Here I go. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can't imagine. It would be fun. You should do it.
If only it were that easy, right?
It is. It looks deep enough. It's your pool. It's your house. You can do whatever you want.
I know, right? Oh, you know what? I can't right now. My pool guy's cleaning it. Are you going to bone her?
This is amazing. I've never seen so many shirts. Do you have enough to, throw?
Yeah, you know, they're actually kind of expensive. Oh, there she goes.
Shirt.
Okay, 5 is good. 5 is probably good.
Shirt.
Were you,
my God.
Were you this crazy when we dated before?
It's good.
What?
Gatsby,
Yeah,
is
pretty
it?
nuts.
I've been hearing about
Are
your
you fucking
vast
kidding
newly
me?
acquired wealth and your attentions to my wife. So, I thought
Wow.
I'd go over to my equally large and fancy, but imperceptibly more classy mansion for an awkward dinner.
And Nick, have you met Jordan? She plays golf and is what kids
I
will
don't even know if
Sunday
anyone has a
call
fucking
on the
neck
dock.
Hey, yeah. Nice tam o'shanter.
I'll drink your finger bowls
That's
if you
some
want.
gay fucking
I
shit.
actually go on a few dates with Jordan.
Until you, Jimmy.
Anyway, like I was saying, you're a trend
What?
because you earned your money a little bit more recently than me. What are you getting at? I'm saying I invited you over and sat you next to my wife to say, stay away from my wife. You know what we should do? Let's all drunk drive into Manhattan and get a hotel room and have the same conversation we're having here. I'm starting to think this isn't a very good look. I'd like to add another bit to this conclusion that will make sense later. Let's everyone drive somebody else's car. Someone can take my coupe. I'd ride in the Gatsby. I don't care which car.
I'll take someone in Daisy's
I
car.
don't think Daisy said you could drive her car.
Tom, why don't you take Jay's car?
Who's Jay?
Gatsby.
Okay, I've never heard anyone call him that. Look, if you're in your own car, you're in the wrong car.
You hear all this shit about the Szechuan sauce?
All right, you guys get gas. I gotta talk to this random mechanic's horny wife about some business. Wilson, gonna need to fill
What'd you
her
say?
up. Wilson's wife, fill her up. Get it?
What'd you say?
You heard about the fucking, wow.
I don't know what they do up there,
What's it
but
called?
they sure do listen to
The Szechuan sauce?
Oh yeah, they found it or something.
No, they're actually making it, but all the fucking nerds flocked to McDonald's. They were like waiting in line for it for hours.
Nice.
And then they,
Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Buchanan.
Yeah, sure. Don't tell anyone how bad I look naked. Have fun raising
the police had to be called. Oh, one of them.
For what?
Wait, but first, I want to
Because they were getting rowdy.
The nerds.
Oh, yeah. All right, Gatsby, you think you're so hot? Let me show you how a classy guy does classy stuff. Hello, room service? I'd like a bottle of your second most expensive champagne. And I'd like your most expensive bottle. Wow, went right into that one. Okay, fine. Well, let's see who has higher socks. Yeah. Whatever, Tom. None of that matters. Daisy's in love with me. In fact, she's never loved you. Oh, is that so? Well, I hear Gatsby didn't even fight in World War I. Wait, why is he calling it that? Is there going to be another big war?
I'm sorry, Tom.
That's right. I'm in love with Daisy and she loves me, old sport. Would anyone like a deviled egg from a tea I had several days ago?
Well, that was awful, but I'm sure you enjoyed driving your car instead of you driving it, even though we came in different cars. Oh, that must be Tom since I saw him in that car earlier. Tom, it's me!
Oh no! Myrtle! Where will I ever find another woman with a hotter name than Myrtle? Alright, Pool, do your thing. You hungover? A little bit, yeah. Okay, I'm sort of racing to the end here. And with that, I shall step slightly out of range. Alright, I'm just gonna take a quick swim. Oh my god, where are the stairs? There's no stairs! I'm never gonna make it! You were standing earlier in the day next to the car that hit red light. I would soon return to New York a changed man, because for me, that would always be the summer I finally put my head underwater. I did it! I did it! Ah, I wish somebody had seen that. I'm not in this library anymore. I snuck up to the attic just before the cops busted in. They're down there now. Look. Oh, God, it's really going to get to that front of costumes in the corner. On the one hand, I don't want to give away my location. On the other hand, there might be a pirate.
What the fuck?
No pirate hat, but I'll make it work. Arr, I'm a chef aboard a pirate ship. Now, who'll be wanting pancakes? I think I hear something in the attic. Oh, crap! While I figure out my options, here's Huckleberry Finn. Hi, Huckleberry Finn. Hi, Tom Sawyer. You're Tom, I'm Huck. Everybody good? Yep. All right, let's do this.
Huckleberry Finn, you get inside this house this minute. It's Tuesday morning. It's time for church.
Oh, Widow Douglas, I already been to church 3 times today. I want to stay home and play Angry Birds. This is addictive.
Hey, I'm your abusive dad, and I've been drinking all day from this here jug.
Oh my God, is that a jug full of porn? Hey, Widow Douglas, I want to live with my dad.
Now, come on, I need to use your pee. I'm taking a wagon test in the morning.
I wish you wouldn't drink so much.
Stop counting my drinks. Now get over here so I can whip you.
Ow! No!
Yeah, that's right, bitch. And now it's your turn.
Jeez, this is worse than the Widow Douglas's house. I know. I'll fake my own death. Just need enough blood to make it look real.
Hey there, you must be Huck. Great to finally meet you. I hope you like it here.
I'm gonna stab you for your blood.
Oh, come on. I just got shot in the pool in the last one. Ah!
I can't remember why I needed the blood.
Lord, I'm gonna tell you, being a slave is a much worse job than the temp agency made it sound. You gonna eat all that possum?
I am. My name's Huck Finn. What's half of your name?
Jim, nice to meet you. I'm a runaway slave.
I'm running away because people want me to wear shoes and comb my hair. So I guess we got the exact same problem. Hey, what's that sound?
Oh no, it sounds like a waterfall! Oh no!
Oh my God.
We died. So wait.
Wait, we didn't die?
I don't know. It's all just jokes. Oh, did you see that?
What?
I just skipped that rock 6 times. That's a once-in-a-lifetime skip.
That's nice.
You don't believe me, do you?
I believe we've been out here a long time, and a man's mind begins to play tricks on him.
It happened for real. I can't believe you didn't see it.
Of course I saw it. Most amazing damn thing I ever did witness. But I wasn't going to tell Huck, because he claimed he didn't see me hook shot that apple core into the garbage from way far away.
Hello, friends.
Why are you so friendly? You con man?
No, we're businessmen. We're fake selling the Brooklyn Bridge.
Don't say fake selling.
We're real selling the Brooklyn Bridge.
Not qualifying the selling. We're just selling the Brooklyn Bridge. I'll buy it.
Hold on now, Huck. These fellas are con men. Push off, you grifters. We don't want to ever see you again.
Fine, we're going. It's a river. We can't control how fast it goes. We can barely steer.
Sorry.
Hey, what if it's spelled with an A at the end of it? Is that okay? Jim? 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 Jim?
If you're looking for a gym, ye old pump house is that way. Can't miss it. Green light on a dot.
Tom Sawyer? What are you doing so far from home?
Russia's playing here tonight. They wrote a song about me.
Oh, well, I'm looking for my friend, Jim.
Huck, great news! I'm free!
You are? That's awesome. When did that happen?
It's just being revealed now, but it happened hundreds of pages ago.
Oh, weird. So, what's left to do?
I'll tell you what. Rush concert.
Hey, I'm Mark Twain. Pretty cool book, huh?
Well, while I'm being booked and processed downtown, we have time for one more classic of American literature. This one's about idiots choking rodents. I give you Of Mice and Men.
Read him his rights.
You know what? I'd like to read them myself. Chapter 1. Eat my ass, pigs. Ah, the bones in my nose!
Wow. I remember when this used to be all orange groves.
It's currently all orange groves.
Tell me again about our dream, George.
All right. We're going to open a bed and breakfast in the country, and we won't be afraid to let our guests know that we are Steelers fans in this house.
What about the rabbit?
Yeah, we'll have rabbits too. But we'll also have a sign on the front that says Steelers fan parking only. And sometimes we'll give our guests a fake hard time. Like if they're Jets fans, we'll be all like, okay, I hope you don't get towed. But obviously, of course, we're not going to tow them.
Hey there, strangers. Welcome to Phelps Ranch. People call me Slim.
Ironically, I assume. Listen, we're looking for field work, if you need any extra hands.
Well, 3 of our guys did just get squished, so we just might. Come on in. So, have you done this kind of work before?
Have we pulled an object off a plant and placed it in a burlap bag? Yes, I think we understand the nuances of this profession.
Good. And how about you? Tell me about yourself.
I like to kill animals and then a lady.
I got a good feeling about you guys. All right, you guys are doing great. Hey, listen, my dog just had puppies, and I thought, since you're covered with feces and I barely know you, I'd give you a delicate Snow White newborn puppy.
Okay, just don't give me the dead eyes over there, because I've already been killed twice in the other 2 stories, and I don't want...
Puppy! This puppy doesn't work.
Well.
As you can tell by the well, he's the bad guy.
Looks like we got us some new employees.
That's right, Curly. I hired him this morning.
Well, tell them to get out. This is where I practice my karate, because I'm a dick.
I understand you like to pick fruit. Do you ever pick something bruised and pear-shaped?
Fruit has seeds you can pull out.
Hey, Hodor, stop coming on to my slutty wife. Look, I can tell by the fact that you wear a single Vaseline-filled leather glove that you're a reasonable man. So let's all take a deep breath and calm down. Now, karate chop! Oh, damn it! I tucked my teeth into my boots! I'll get you, you Not great timing, I know, but can I leave early for a dentist appointment? So, I should be home by 10. It's just this piano bar / cabaret place called Tinkles. Rory told me about it. Who's Rory? You remember him? The field hand who gave me a shoulder ride back to the house? That was Rory. Anyway, sounds like it's just a hoot.
Wow, maybe you'll meet a pretty lady to get married to there.
Yeah, well, that's the idea.
While you're gone, can I touch myself?
Again, you don't have to schedule that with me. But remember, if there's any trouble, we meet by the big tree on the edge of town.
Everything in my head is screaming.
All right then, I am off.
Well, hello. If it isn't the sexy imbecile.
Oh, hi. Sorry about what I did to your husband earlier.
Yes, that was quite a hand job you did on it. You know.
But I look like such an ass. And that's not all. You gotta constantly tell everybody what a good idea it is, and how important it is, and how wrong they are for having traditional desks. Can't I just work at it and mind my own business? No, you have to be a freak about it. Maybe it can just be my own personal choice, and I'm not judging others for their choices. No, you being right means everyone else is wrong. That's what your standing desk is saying to the chair people. From now on, you call them chair people. Oh, and 3 times a day you have to say, sitting is the biggest killer in America.
Good night, Peter.
Good night, gender transition co-worker we had a whole meeting about.
Mr. Pewtersmith, what you're ordering is illegal.
I don't care about that. I want our beer cans made from the cheapest material possible. But sir, what about those metal toilets where prisoners make wine? Use those.
But sir, if word got out about this, it'd be one of the most notorious developments in beer history, second only to Michelob Ultra Dragon Fruit Peach.
Peter, are you sure you heard Mr. Pewtersmith correctly? He actually said he wanted cheap, toxic materials inserted into the brewery supply stream.
Well, his eyes looked different how he said it, but that was the gist. Also, some of the brewery workers say very hurtful things if a co-worker wears shorts. Follow the money.
Mr. Griffin, it sounds like you've brought me an interesting story. What should I do with it, Ollie?
Make it news!
Hey, you got a standing desk too?
Seems bad.
I know, they don't want to hear it though.
Sir, there's a reporter here to see you.
Is it Kermit the Frog when he's wearing a trench coat? That tells you he's a reporter.
Sir, an anonymous whistleblower in your brewery says you've personally ordered the sourcing of cut-rate, potentially toxic canning materials.
God, you're gorgeous.
Mr. Pewtersmith, I remind you, this is on the record.
You ever been with a man who's got a prostate the size of a beefsteak tomato?
Oh, crap, it's Carter. I bet he's mad I told the news about him. I'll just do what Superman does. Oh, hey, Carter.
Hello, citizen. Have you seen Peter?
Ah, he was just here.
Johnny, what's this about? Did Peter screw something up at work?
No, I'm here because I've got important news. Lois, everyone, I left your mother. And Trisha talking now. I'm just moving on.
Oh,
I wanted you to
I'm gonna laugh. That's good for you for being honest. It's never good to keep something in bed to be a secret. It's your dream and you deserve it. Tell her it'll make you a better father.
What's that, Peter?
Treasure Takanawa, and I've never been happy.
What about Mom? Where is Mom?
The sanitarium.
The sanitarium?
Yeah, I told her I was leaving her, and she freaked out for no reason. But I'll tell you, I don't know why they call it a sanitarium. That place is a filthy hellhole.
Oh my God, that's awful.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I was texting Trisha. She just sent me a picture of her smoothie. Looks good, babe.
All right, class, let's get started.
Stewie, what are you doing?
Why are you dressed like that? Because I'm your time instructor, brother.
You're what?
That's right. I heard you lost your license, and I'm going to help you get it back.
Okay.
Now, we've got a lot to cover. But first, let's watch a secret video designed to terrorize you into being responsible motorists. Come on, kid with a bright future. I'll give you a no seatbelt car ride after this Team Kegel party. I don't know. I'm going to Harvard Yale tomorrow. I'd hate to lose it all because of making poor choices. Ah, come on, man. I just had a couple of alcohol pills. And I'm his girlfriend because he has great genitals. And I'm impressed with reckless behavior. So I'm going to reward him with my mouth while he's driving. Now, let's smoke a marijuana cigarette while I'm speeding because of the dare. Hey, careful. I hate for you to be unresponsive to my pleasuring while you're driving because of intoxication.
Stewie, is this about anything but oral stuff while you're driving?
It's about all facets of driving safety, yes.
I'm gonna fast forward.
What a waste. I'm a grizzled, seen-it-all veteran cop, and I'm shaking my head at the senseless waste. Sir, we've done our police tests. The driver was being mouth-pleased at the moment of impact.
Lowlands, fat ass. Finally, I want you to meet Trisha Takanawa.
Hello, everyone. So happy you came.
Yep, food's on the table. And if anyone needs some dirty underpants, the vending machine's right over there.
How nice, right where my mother's turnip cabinet used to be.
Lois, can I please have $1 for the vending machine?
No, Peter, I'm getting our coats. We're leaving. No, they're too crinkly. Try again. They're too crinkly. You gotta funny.
This must be so difficult for you.
It is. There's a lot of choices here. But I ain't talking to you. I thought you were supposed to be doing a news story on Carter, not shacking up with him.
The truth is, all I ever wanted was to someday have a family of my own. And I realized Carter could give me all of that.
A family all your own?
Yes, a family just like this, in fact, with a fine son just like you, Peter. A son to whom I could one day give a piece of sour plum candy.
Thank you, Mama Tricia.
But a lazy son who does not make me proud? Peter, that son deserves no candy.
I swear, Mama Tricia, I'm gonna make you the proudest tiger mom of all. Not like how Jesus feels about his kid.
Dad, I got bullied at school. They flipped up my lunch tray.
Oh, that sucks. I wonder if that's the worst thing that ever happened to a guy. Whoa. Whoa! Billy, this guy in this book here, he's really getting the business. Yikes! Okay, I'm sorry. What happened at school today?
You're kind of a dick, Dad.
Huh. I wonder if there's anyone in here whose dad was a bigger dick. Wow, crazy!
Mom, why is Dad over there playing chess with Trisha Takanawa?
Because Chris, your idiot father, thinks she's his new tiger mom and he's trying to impress her.
All right, Peter, it's time to master the game of chess.
Okay, that shouldn't be too hard.
No, you will do it in the traditional Japanese way, on a wacky game show while a beautiful woman beats your scrotum with a reed.
Ow! I don't know which way the horse goes. Ah! Why is that guy laughing at me? And where is he? There was a time limit? Nobody told me that. Ah!
Time for good door, bad door.
Wait, how bad is the bad door?
Grandpa-son, how bad was the bad door?
Not too bad. But shortly afterwards, I was almost eaten alive by an excavator. The game is still going on.
Oh, you're death.
Peter, another way to impress your Asian tiger mom is to put on this old-fashioned baseball hat and assist Indiana Jones on his next adventure.
You got it, Mama Tricia. Okay, nice and slow, Dr. Jones. More alcohol. Yeah, let's get you out of the tub first, Dr. Jones. I want to fly an old plane. I'm not sure that's a great idea. Not a new safe one. Yeah, I got that. Ah, there's a skeleton in my bedroom. That's your wife, Dr. Jones. Now, maybe today we don't do the earring? No, earring every day.
All right, guys, let's begin.
Great, let's do it.
Whoa, stop! Demerit, what the hell? Where are your hands, Brian?
On the steering wheel?
10 and 2. All right, commence. Empty, Brian, empty! What? Empty. Identify, predict, decide, execute. You've got to constantly be emptying everything in your target zone.
I don't know what you're saying.
Empty, identify, predict. Yeah, you said that, but it doesn't mean anything.
It's a child with a ball.
Very good. Identify. Now, predict.
Predict what?
Empty!
You keep saying that like it's a word. Those 4 letters don't make a word. It's not helping me remember anything.
Well, now you've got an oncoming vehicle. Pay attention to your 4 to 6 second zone.
What is that? 4 to 6 seconds? Empty the car, Ryan. What does that mean?
Now check your gauges with one eye while keeping your other eye on the road.
Eyes go the same direction.
What's your time?
I'm in the car. Stop! Demerit! Dewey, I know how to drive. I've been driving for years. Ever hear of empty, jackass?
I had a great day with the fat son. He started to respond positively to the caning of his buttocks and knuckles.
Speaking of buttocks and knuckles, let's fool around.
Sounds good. I wonder if I can tell you one of my deepest sexual fantasies.
All right, let me just burp through my nose for a second. I've been drinking seltzer. Okay, what do you got?
Well, you are going to
Really?
use this,
Alright.
but I love it when a man confesses to manufacturing improprieties.
Oh, yeah? Well, then you're gonna love this. I ordered the brewery to start making beer cans out of toxic, unsafe metal just to save a few bucks.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you, Carter. And there you have it, Channel 5 News audience. This has been Trisha Takanawa with my undercover expose of Pawtucket Patriot Brewery. Up next is Papa John dyeing his eyebrows. I sit with him to find out, though I'm fairly confident the answer is yes.
And we're clear. What's going on?
I finished my investigation.
I don't understand. I thought we were in love.
I only let you think that. I'm sorry, it's time for me to go.
Chris?
Hi, Grandpa. I got an internship.
You mean you've been working for Trisha?
Hang on, I gotta get 20 seconds of room tone.
What's wrong, Tom?
We gotta start again.
I miss her so much, Griffin. Of all the women I've institutionalized baths over, she's the one who meant the most to me.
I know. It's like one day she's my tiger mom, and the next day she isn't. And the day before that first day, she also wasn't. But the point is, she hurt us, Carter. We gotta get her back. We need revenge.
Good evening, I'm Tom Tucker. Coming up next, Nicki Minaj is a bear. But first, congratulations to our very own Trisha Takanawa.
That's right, Tom. Trisha's recent expose on the Pawtucket Patriot Brewery has been nominated for a local Emmy.
The local really hurts that.
That's it, Griffin. That's how we'll get our revenge. You and I will go to the local Emmys, and we'll embarrass Trisha on her big night in front of all her peers.
It's a great idea. Because people need to know that she's an even bigger fraud than Robert Baden Powell, founder of the Boy Scouts.
Ma'am, I'd like to take your son into the woods.
What? That sounds suspicious.
Well, what if I said we'd both be wearing shorts and neckerchiefs, and I give him little patches for doing what I say? So, how'd we do? Did you pass your driver's test?
Yeah, I think so.
You brought up empty?
As a matter of fact, I did.
He was impressed?
No, he had no idea what I was talking about. He tried to Google it on his phone and ended up spilling hot coffee on his balls. I took him to the ER and he said he'd pass me if I picked him up in an hour.
So it did work. Well, congratulations, you're getting your license back.
I know, it's great. Now I'll be able to go to those dog parties again.
There's Trisha. Sweet. What's our plan? We put this in her drink. It'll make her instantly triple herself. But tripling is when you vomit, defecate, and orgasm all at the same time. What? Why would that medicine even exist? Cosby, now all we need is instructions so we can spike her cocktail. You leave that to me. I know something that might distract all these news people. Maybe if one of us just chuckles for no apparent reason, everyone else will start chuckling. Worth a shot. All right, you're all news chuckling. Go, go, go. Okay, all Trisha's got to do now is take one sip and she'll blow it out of all three holes right here in front of everyone. And that will make us feel better about our life choices.
Hello, Mother. I'm so happy you could be here tonight.
What happy? You know what for channel 10? Just channel 5. Only happy good.
Mother, please, I'm being honored tonight.
What honor? Connie Chung Mary more important. For media super team. Where you call it? You are the Povich.
Wow, Trisha's mom's really coming down hard. Yeah, and with really outdated references. You know, it's no wonder Mom and Trish was so tough on me. It's the only thing she knows.
And your grandchildren. Who take care of you when I was 21-year-old? Who take care of Irene? No one. No one take care of Irene.
I guess her name is Irene. Clara, I shouldn't feel bad for Trisha. Maybe what she did was wrong, but she's looking at her own life has been like. I don't think I can do this. Well, this stuff's already in her drink. Where'd you get these? Oh, I see, big guy. You're a weird guy, Clifford. I don't know. But I just been thinking, the way you and me felt so fast for this lady and for no reason, maybe the problem ain't Trisha, you know? Maybe it's us. What do you mean? Well, you serious? All this white stuff used to be water? Now, word. Joe, what are you writing? Oh, it's a bad band. I got a ton of these at home. You make every activity incredibly sad.
Here you are. Where have you been?
I just ran home to get the big sled out of our dining room.
What are you talking about? We don't have a sled in our dining room.
Everybody out.
Peter, that dining room table is an antique. It's been in my family for 6 generations.
It's fine. Okay, now since we're white guys doing something stupid, everybody grab a GoPro. Yeah, this is the other shit. Oh, we're drifting. We're turning. We're turning.
Yeah, I'm scared. We're backwards.
Am I the only one who thinks that now we're at an alarming speed?
Are you insane? You could have killed the entire family.
Sorry, boss. I honestly thought this was going to be fun. Like when I'm on that six-gun test. First again. Wasn't even close, was it?
No, Peter. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, you are terrible at this. Now, why don't you clean up and go get the champ of Gatorade, huh?
You wearing pants always amuses me. Yeah, I know. It's just I got roped into going to some stupid office Christmas party with this girl I'm dating. Really? I thought you just went to an office Christmas party with her last week. What? Oh, no, that was this other girl I was dating. Her name was Cow Rouge. Did you just say couch but pronounce it strangely so it sounded like a name? What's going on, Brian? All right, look, I've been crashing office Christmas parties for the freebooters and drunk women who don't want to spend the holidays alone. Oh, so you're a Christmas party creep, just like the fat man is a pool party creep.
Now, Chris, you're getting older, so it's time for you to learn the classic pool party thing. Talk to somebody's wife in a bikini until they cover up uncomfortably. So, Bonnie, how are things going?
Things are fine. Been kind of busy lately. Well, with Susie starting to.
Okay, bye. Yeah, for 2 seconds.
Hey, Peter, what have you been watching on TV lately?
I know, this and that. There's a show called Shipping Wars. Yeah, it's actually kind of...
Okay, bye.
Oh boy, the Marshalls is now on North Street. I feel like our days at this mall are numbered.
Well, we have $60. Let's see what kind of Chinese pressed board garbage we can get to replace my grandmother's priceless mahogany table.
Dad, look, Santa's here. I want to sit on his lap. Please, Chris, come on. You're in high school. I'm going to ask him for a family trampoline. Oh, great crap. Get your ass up there.
You know what, Peter? I'll get the table myself. And then I might just sit
Oh my
in the
God.
car in the middle of the mall and cry.
Jeez, look at this line.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's not moving. Me and my adopted son have been waiting quite a while.
Wait, what? Why did you... I didn't even ask.
So is your son a biolog?
Wait, I'm not... I don't watch Modern Family. Sorry. Hey, Chris, wait here. Let's see what's going on. Hey, Muscles, what's taking so long?
I'm sorry, sir. This may shock you, but it turns out the seasonal Santa we hired has a drinking problem. I don't know where to find a replacement on such short notice. Hey, you're a hefty guy.
I called you Muscles.
Would you mind putting on the suit and playing Santa just until the shift ends? I paid for your time.
All right, fine. But it's not the first time I pretended to be someone else. I once dressed as a farmer to get a date on farmersonly.com.
Are you Peter?
Yeah. Are you the gross lady who lives in a converted horse trailer?
You don't have to be lonely. I promise only down.
It doesn't say whites only, but yeah.
So, Slam and Pantsuit. Hey, I'm Scott Fitzgerald. You probably don't recognize me because I'm in corporate.
So am I. This is
A little too much so, if you ask me. I try to have fun, right? We're not landing planes here.
our company manufactures aircraft landing gear systems.
Yep, well, I am going to fly us over a few more drinks. Let's do it. What are you doing here?
I followed you. I had to see for myself just how desperate and pathetic you really are.
And don't worry, stick around the set. And, ooh, is that room got pan for everyone? Yeah. Okay. Then I'll see you in heaven. Well, I can watch and make fun for just a few. Oh my God, they have a photo booth for funny props. And funny glasses.
And I want a tricycle, and a pony, and an American Girl doll, and a drone with a camera, and a gun that fires.
Oh, yeah, sure, all of it. All right, now go pick up your pick ticket. Before you go crying to your mom, that's my cell phone, you feel.
Hey, Santa Claus, you going home soon?
Well, depending on how traffic is at the North Pole.
So what can I get for you today? Milk and cookies?
Oh, okay. Sorry I started this. Chicken burrito, please.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Now, how much do I,
Oh, come on, I'm not charging Santa Claus. It's on the house.
This is free because I'm dressed as Santa?
That's right. Anything for Santa.
Anything? Holy crap, this is awesome. I'm Santa Claus. In this suit, I'm like a god. I got a free burrito.
Look at these two lumps.
Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Slipped on the chimney and broke this morning finish.
Dad, why are you still wearing that Santa suit?
Well, the guy at the mall asked me to stay on till Christmas, and I said yes, because being Santa's awesome. You wear this suit, it's like a free pass. You can let you do anything you want.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's the stuff of dreams, Lois. Free burritos, free orange chicken, free pretzels.
Did you make it out of the food court?
I made it to the border. I got a free iPhone case and a tiny license plate.
It says Corey.
Yep, trust me, zilch.
So, who's this Merry Christmas everybody keeps talking about?
That's very clever. I don't recognize you. Which department are you in?
Well, right now I'm in boob assessment.
Ew.
Hey, you were right about office Christmas parties. They're fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking around the room while you talk. Yes, it's like watching a soap opera. What with all the drunken misbehavior and ill-advised hookups. And down the hall, they're doing a white elephant. Oh, that gift exchange thing? No, there's a fat secretary taking on all comers. Where, which office is that in? Oh, you won't miss her. She's still wearing the felt antlers. Absolute freak show of that. Hey, what the hell's going on? Stan, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was your car. Yeah, that's right. Now crumple up that ticket. Now eat it. All right, now we're
Alright, yo, I'm gonna go.
Alright,
I'll be on later.
Peace.
Hey, honey, this is Sam.
Are you off tomorrow?
Come in and watch me in the bathroom.
Nope.
No.
Exactly. I got a lot of guys coming through here.
Alright. See ya.
Alright, peace on me.
Next composition is Opus Dei. A. Potter, son of Reuben, by Chopin. Correction. The next composition is 1877, Cars for Kids. One big cars for kids. I lost my virginity with this song. Ugh, this party's a done. Yeah, no kidding. That lady turned off a Hall & Oates song because it was too provocative.
Everyone, let's remember, this is still a workplace.
Sorry, Barb. You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna stir up some drama, make this party interesting. Excuse me, could I have your attention, please? Hi, I'm Chadwick Redmayne from the regional office. Unfortunately, since people only use printers now to print out boarding passes for their grandparents, 40% of you will be laid off as of Monday. Oh, and whoever drinks the most shots keeps their job. See, that's how you get a party started.
Mr. Redmayne, I don't know who you are, but I've been in charge of this office for 16 years.
Sad.
And I want to thank you. I've been trying to reduce our staff costs for months, but just didn't have the guts to do it, much less before Christmas.
Yeah, well, that's why they call him Channing Redwick or Channing, or whatever. I don't even remember what I said.
We could use someone like you around here. Welcome aboard. See you Monday.
Wow, hey, grown-up Tom. I haven't been this excited about anything since the night Wicked premiered in Go On. All right, Brian, let's rob these gay guys. What if they're home? They're not going to be home.
Hi, strippers. Hey, you can all take your clothes off now. I was just coming in for the spaghetti. Bitch! Ah, that hurts. Ah, I'm drunk. It's beating fast. Spaghetti angel! I'm making a spaghetti angel! When Italian guys die, they turn into...
Peter Griffin. Peter, we need to talk.
Not together, but we all today watched the original Blade Runner, and I watched the final cut. But I've seen the theatrical release, the director's cut, and this cut, and going from that into this, it was amazing. It was really consistent, and you know what's interesting is Phil K. Dick hated Hollywood, like the guy who wrote "Do Androids Dream of Like Chief." But when he saw the intro, he was like, "That's my universe." And so because they kept it and made it the same, it's nice knowing that you will love this one. The look of this.
It's almost worth the price of admission alone to go and see this universe sort of extended a little bit more. This is 20, 30 years in the future from the last film, and you do feel a little bit of a natural progression. I think that civilization has maybe moved on from this broken city and moved, is in this other area now, and this Blade Runner has a lot more color to it, surprisingly. In fact, it starts with white. It's a little too much color, in my opinion. I wanted it muted, but it's because it's showing you different locations within the universe. And you saw a little bit of that in, well, you never saw, but there was an alternate ending to the original Blade Runner. It's just god-awful.
I have not seen that. Please tell me that.
Well, I don't want to do too many spoilers, but they show off, like green pastures and very white lights, and she's like, I love you. It's just the tone is fucked up on it, so that's why they didn't use it. But now here we get to see some more color in the Blade Runner universe in different locations, which I really appreciate. So essentially, you agree, Joe, that the visuals are just
they're on point.
It's fucking masterpiece here. The director, the cinematographer, who's the cinematographer? Roger Deakins. All of these people should be commended, and I hope they win awards because this is true sci-fi, and it really immerses you. That was what the original did. Even if you thought the story was kind of boring a little bit, because I'm going to call Joe out.
Yeah, like after I watched it, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
The original, right?
I watched it twice. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's very slow, very plotting. It's a noir type of story, but even with the slow pace and lack of action, you could say that they immerse the fuck out of you, and so this film does that as well. But I'm just so surprised that critics love it when they hate it the first one because it has all the same problems. The problems of Blade Runner 2049 are its slow pace.
That's where it kind of killed it for me.
And if you're not a fan of Blade Runner, I worry that it is gonna bore the hell out of you. If you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be some action blockbuster in sci-fi universe. No, there's some action, but this is a story. And you gotta respect the film for that. And so if you love films and stuff that tell its own self-contained story, that makes bold choices, that doesn't care about fucking up the universe for potential, franchise and toys and shit, then this is your kind of film because it goes into these sort of existential problems and philosophical questions like the first one did. However, I feel not as effective. More sort of, kind of window dressing where the original had nice nuggets. This one is kind of thinly spread all across and then perhaps overdone in spots. And we can talk about that with the acting.
You said self-contained. Do you think that I didn't feel that this movie, for someone who's unfamiliar with the Blade Runner story or movies, would like it as much?
Yeah.
There are a lot of scenes that they're not quite Easter eggs, but you're meeting characters and you're excited because you're seeing characters from the first film, or there's something that you see and the only excitement
you're hearing dialogue from the first,
or your noises or something. You're like, oh, that's so great. And if you didn't have that, some of the scenes were really long.
Yeah, it would go right over your head. And you'd be like, oh, that's just another, okay, so that's who that is. But it doesn't have that profound impact, aha, kind of thing. So yeah, I think that is one of the film's problems. Another film issue is some of the acting. The acting is great. I think Kay, Ryan Gosling's character, carries the film. I mean, the film is mostly about him. I kind of expected a little bit more Deckard here since they had Harrison Ford, but surprisingly, he's barely in it, right?
I was okay with it.
You're okay with that? Yeah. It was pretty much like 2 hours into the film because this is a long ass film, right? That could be another problem. Anyway, so let me get to this. Is that Ryan Gosling did a fantastic job. He's got this future projector girlfriend because in the future, you know how they have almost giant advertisements. One of the giant advertisements is for this chick named Joy. She's fucking hot, right? And you can marry her, you can get her as a girlfriend in your apartment with this little projector technology thing. And so he sort of has some good scenes with this, girlfriend. Now, I don't think that this little love story with this projector girlfriend works quite as well, but it was there to make a point, though, And eventually he finds this little thing that he can carry her around with him and stuff. And they do this really creative scene, this sort of love scene, sex scene that you've never seen anything like this.
I give it that.
Yeah, but yeah, so some of it didn't work. But I gotta say, he does a great job as this character Kay. However, it was and Harrison Ford does good, and the sergeant character that does great. I think the only person who I had suspect here was Jared Leto, and it could be just leftover Joker stuff for me, where. Why does he have to always act like a weirdo?
He doesn't, like, he's done some really good movies where I liked him. Like, he's amazing in Lord of War, and so, that was a movie I liked him the best in. But now in this movie, he's super weird.
He is super weird, and it's forced, and he's like overacting, and it turns his character into somebody that you're like, oh, instead of, you know, you're supposed to hate him, you know, because he's sort of, his name is Wallace, and he is now the Tyrell Corporation from the last film. The Tyrells built these replicants, right? Well, it's all these years later, the Tyrell Corporation got fucked up because of the rebellion and, you know, the illegal and bankrupt. He bought all its assets. He's a genius in his own right. I guess he's blind or something with his eyes. I don't know. He's weird. And he puts shit on the back of his neck that control these little floating cockroaches or something that make noises as cameras. I don't know. And, you know, and he basically treats replicants like slaves. And all of his replicants cannot rebel. They always obey orders. And that's what I felt we went on initial viewing, because this is the next day, that, you know, I got wrong. That Kay, you know, we could talk about a lot of this in spoilers, but these, at the beginning of the film, it says, these obey. And as you're watching the film, you're noticing a lot of the replicants don't obey. Well, that's because there's different types. So let me tell you about the different types real quick, just so you know. So, original, Nexus 6. Then, there is Nexus, and then there's Nexus 8. And Nexus 8 is where all this juicy stuff happens in the Blade Runner universe that happens off screen, which you can actually go to YouTube and watch 3 different shorts. They're good. But, you know, it's like, oh shit, how many people are going to see that and get that extra context? And maybe that's why I like this universe and this movie more than I should have, because I watched those. But anyway, so juicy bits with Nexus 8, and then there's Wallace. I'll just call them Wallace 1. Those are the ones that obey a lot. And so initially we thought, well, nobody's really obeying, so that's because we're looking at Nexus 8 and older models rather than the Wallace models. So anyway, Wallace has Jared Leto's character so freaking weird and over the top because he's got this god complex and he wants to colonize all the stars. He's like, we've only colonized 9 planets with replicants. I want to colonize all of them. It's just, I don't know. So his performance kind of drug it back for me. But you know, I don't want to spoil too much. We're going to have a big spoiler section for you because we don't want to talk about, we want to keep a lot of this stuff for you to discover on your own. But fantastic visuals. But here's the thing, and the pacing. Let's go back to what kind of holds the film back is the pacing. And I have a great summary of why it bothers me, right? The original had a slower pace, right? Yeah. Because even, you know, he's sitting in his apartment on his couch with the light in his couch, and he's looking at photos, and he's like, enhance 48 to 23, enhance center zoom, you know, but that's it's the original CSI. I mean, that's where CSI got and it lasts an incredibly long time, but it has purpose to it. Like, you're involved. You're like, oh shit, this is so cool that he can go into a picture and find all these different things in a picture, and then it reveals something. They have that in this. However, it's for this object that we've seen 100 times already. This little wooden horse that has something written on the bottom of it. This thing comes up so much. And finally, in a particular scene that it feels stretched out way too long when he visits sort of the wastelands and this sort of sweatshop, right? That scene is dragged out so long. And it's just a perfect representation of when he looks around and he picks up the horse and he looks at the horse and he looks at the horse.
Okay, guys, this is the original
looks at the horse.
Factory, created by
the side, the other side. And he looks at the
claw. He has to unwrap it first.
The claw. And then we looked at the front, and we've seen this horse. We've seen this horse 5 times already, and we've seen the writing under the horse. And then finally, as if to just taunt everybody, he reveals the writing on the bottom. You're like, just fucking look at the horse. Give me the fucking number already. From Dumb and Dumber. So, you know, everything is dragged out. It's as if the director, you know, a lot of people are saying this director, is the greatest filmmaker of all time. I don't really agree with that because this film is way too long. It's like 30 to 40 minutes too long because these scenes like that are dragged out. And not in the good noir way where it has purpose, but it's just spinning its tires for no reason, as if he's so in love with his own visuals and music. And I would be too, right? Because the music is fantastic. You know,
It was, but at certain points,
there was certain points where it was like things rubbing against each other and pipes just slamming it. But yeah, so he's so in love with it that he sort of drags this film out, and I think that hurts the film, and then it's dragged out because I'm one of those people that always love more. I want to be in the universe for 6 hours. I want to do the Lord of the Rings fucking marathon and just be in that universe. But I don't want to be in that universe, you know, staring at a fucking wooden horse that I've seen 15 times. And so there's a lot of that in the film.
Well, the damage that does is there's only so long that they can have audiences in a seat. And so there's other scenes and other things that we want more of. And so they drag out those scenes and they have to compress all these other things that I actually wanted more of.
There's a lot of really interesting elements in this film that aren't explored, and kind of you just see a little bit this replicant movement underground, this the fact that there's off-world colonies, and all these things are mentioned to but never shown or expanded on. And while you're wasting time over here, maybe we could have got some of those, or even more character development. So actually showing two characters talking towards the end of the film that we don't get to see, stuff like that. So yeah, I can't say too much more without revealing too much of it. Is there any other points of the film that you guys want to point out? What about the action, Joe, or the noir versus the action?
Honestly, the action, I didn't expect a lot going into it.
Okay, good.
I saw the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
there was a good amount.
oh yeah, there is that one scene.
Oh god. It's when he finally finds Decker, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm not gonna hurt you." And for some reason, they start fighting, and then they start fighting in the Vegas little show place or whatever. The holograms start popping up. Elvis is in the background singing for like a second, and then it stops.
It's like even less than a second.
Wait, is the audio broken? I thought we were having like technical difficulty or something. All you see is Decker just pounding away on fucking Kay, and Kay just taking it. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, very awkward.
It lasted way too long.
Right.
Well, and then it stops awkwardly because then he stops because he hears part of the song that he likes, and he's
I like that song.
I like this song. What?
So there's humor. They try to mix some humor in the film. I think all of the humor falls flat. It didn't make me laugh. It just made me go, that was incredibly awkward. But I loved all the other parts of the film. So it didn't really matter too much to me. But yeah, that little fight scene where the holograms are going on and off. Play it for 10 seconds before it goes off. But no, it's one of those literal glitches. We have to keep this as accurate as possible. Kind of thing where it's like, oh, it's a fucking annoying and shit. And maybe there was technical difficulties because our theater actually fucked up. And I was so immersed in the film for the first act. You have no idea. I was like at the edge of my seat. And then when they walk into this vault area, the audio just goes.
It's like somebody was getting compressed air right next to you.
It hurt so much, and it was going for like 2 minutes, and I thought maybe because it was an old area and there's data files there that maybe it's a part of the film. And no, it's like 5 minutes now, and I'm like, and I'm looking around and nobody's reacting, and I thought, oh my god, am I dead? Did my ears pop and now I'm deaf for the rest of my life? I'll hear this for the rest of my life. I was freaking out. I get up. I'm the only one standing in the theater, and I go out, and I'm like, something's wrong. And they're, and then they fix it. So I'll throw up some pictures back here. And so that kind of took me out of the movie. That might hopefully it doesn't affect my rating at all because I was fully immersed. And then acts, I say halfway through second act and third act, I was like, oh man. So
it wasn't the film. It wasn't the technical difficulty.
It was the pacing.
I was the same way. I was really enjoying it the first act, and it lost me.
Okay. Well, it didn't lose me, Joe. I think I really liked it. Like when I first walked out, I was like, oh man. that wasn't as good as I thought. Maybe it's because I built it up so much for myself because I saw all the good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes before, and I still think the original is actually slightly better because all the questions about whether you're a replicant, whether you're not a replicant, a lot of that stuff. It's not really in this film. It's not really about that. It's more about the future of the replicant race, you know. And it does its own thing, and I like that. But there could have been more exploration of that aspect, I think, to give it a little bit more gravitas.
You get all the answers at the end of this movie. All of them. There's nothing in this movie that you don't know. And at the first, especially the theatrical release, there's a lot you don't know.
Yeah, yes and no. I don't think you get all the answers. We don't get the answer, technically, we'll talk about it in spoilers, to whether Deckard is a replicant or not.